Paramedics found him passed out behind the wheel, but that Aurora police officer was not investigated or charged with a DUI.
And now the city of Aurora says it will conduct an independent investigation. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Ann Trujillo.
And I'm Tom Mustin. Now, the officer involved was demoted but did not receive any other punishment.
And this newly announced review will look into whether the police department handled this issue properly. Denver 7's Megan Lopez is here with a closer look at what that review will entail. Megan?
Ann and Tom, I sat down with a former district attorney from Boulder to take a closer look at that reviewing process, how it works, how long it will take, and really what goes into it. I also learned more about that officer's background today.
All right, we're ready to move.
The body cameras tell the story.
It's still stuck on the Velcro on the back, just pull it off.
An Aurora police officer passed out in his car in the middle of the road in March.
He's a little intoxicated.
An incident that resulted in a demotion for Nathan Muir, but little more. However, after public outcry, the Aurora city manager announced an independent review by former U.S. Attorney John Walsh.
It's tricky now because, of course, in this case, we're talking about a case that is several months old already.
Former Boulder District Attorney Stan Garnett has overseen cases like this before and says the review will likely include two things.
What happened on the day in March when this guy was found in his car with the car running and passed out? And number two, what happened in the decision making within the agency about why they did or did not impose certain discipline.
He believes these body cameras could play a critical role in that investigation, along with interviews of each person involved.
I think the public should have confidence in the system and in the investigation.
But while that investigation gets underway, Denver 7 has learned more about the officer's past. According to Officer Mears' 2001 application for APD, he's been fired from a job before, as well as received a written reprimand. In that same application, Officer Mears said he had been investigated by a former employer for improper conduct or illegal activities that resulted in him being found in violation of the organization's policies.
Now, we also learned that Officer Muir was previously employed by both the University of Northern Colorado as well as the Greeley Police Departments. We reached out to both of them to find out if Officer Muir was let go from either one of those. Unfortunately, neither one was able to provide us any information, any really documentation on his work history. I'm live. Megan Lopez, Denver 7.
All right, Megan, thank you.